These are your Columbia River salmon counts. This is the catastrophe. Oh, this is the greatest collapse. I'm telling you, this is borderline extinction. This is the great, right now, right here, right now. Stay with me. Okay, 52,000. The spring run is over tomorrow. The projection 160,000. That's their lower. They should have 400,000. That's their horrible 10-year mean right there, 143,000. This is for the spring run. Oh, it's a catastrophe. And let me show you why it's a really epic catastrophe. It's slow today. Oh, now the graph's not going to work. Okay. Look how ugly that star is. I mean, it's ugly. Here's what's getting really ugly. Look at this. Now let's go. Let me show you something. Oh, you hypocrite will-petter fools say this has been going on for years, blow up the dams. Let me show you. This is the big one. These are Chinook salmon, Columbia River, the big beast. We'll get to the others. Last game much better. They go to sea for 5 years. They just finally started admitting they're dying in the ocean. The Kevin Blanche, the marine biologist, has been saying since 2011. Okay. (2015) 1,337,000. Expected returns based on escapement of 1.7 million in 2016. I set my target at 680,000. Comes in at 680,000. Whoa, they're mystified, they're puzzled, they're stumped, they're perplexed. 2017, they set that was an aberration. They set their projections at 2.3 million. I set mine at 480,000. They come in at 488,000. Whoa. 2018, projections at 2.7 million based on escapement. That's how many little fish get to sea. They go to sea for 5 years. They live in the sea for 5 years. They come home. We count them all. We count them all. We don't miss one. We don't miss a one. 2.7 million projected. Kevin Blanche sets his projections at 333,000. What's that number? 336. Then they start freaking out. We go from 1.3 million to 300,000. And then they're starting, oh, we're going to panic out. So this year's projections. They project 160,000 on a spray run. Then they project that. Then they keep going down. They keep going down. They start saying, oh no, it's all emergency close. They get clear down to 99,000. Spring run's over. Spring run's over. Tomorrow. Let me show you. And then I'll show you why this is so, I mean, this is a nightmare. Spring run's over. Their emergency, after the fact lowered number, they said was catastrophic number was 99,000. It's over. Tomorrow. This is why this is even getting scarier than that. And that's a nightmare. Why are they still fishing? Let me show you something. Stay with me. Look at this thing. Tumble. Nothing, little, horrible. Look at this. Look at this. This is going to get ugly. Ugly. This is extinction stuff. So it's all closed. 800 boats show up in Monterey Bay. 800 showed up. Commercial fishing fleet. How does it even hold at Carmel? Up above the restricted area. Now what? Say with me, this gets worse. This is Fukushima. This is the smoking gun. This is the proof. Let me show you. This is the University of Washington site. Tenure mean, which the tenure means horrible because it's already started dropping the last few years. Catastrophic. Look at that. Red numbers this year. Oh, it gets worse. Let's go here too. Now the Willamette's below Bonneville. This is really scary stuff. Look at this thing collapse. Look at this thing collapse. This is the heart of the still run. So Tim just called up there at the main hatchery. There's one in the hatchery. One. You heard me. Don't know if it's a buck or a hen. Stillhead. Now this is that's the Chinook on the Willamette. Look at that thing. Oh, it's ugly. It's going to get really, this is extinction stuff from record returns. They're dying in the sea. By the way, there's hundreds of whales washed up dead. Do you think that correlates? Oh my God. This is the... Let's go back this again. Only marine biologists on Earth that have this number dead on. Again, they're projecting millions. That's record returns. You can look it up on YouTube. The ODFW and Armed Corps are bragging up record returns. 1,337,000 to 697, 480,000, 300. My number, as you know, I set it at 220 and then I lowered to 180. I'm probably going to be high on 180. I mean, this is extinction stuff. Again. Nothing's more important than a Chinook salmon as far as a biologist, marine biologist goes. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Look at this. Here's what's getting scary. And you can see this trend. It's all emergency closed. Now remember, this is with no fishing. Last year there was fishing. This is with no fishing. This is extinction stuff. So, again, nothing's more important to a marine biologist than a Chinook salmon. Why? We don't tap dead tide pools. Oh, Kevin Blanche does. They've collapsed. They're deader now. My historic footage proves all of it. Mystified, puzzled, stumped, perplexed. We don't catch dead humans. By the way, the survival rate's getting so much better with cancer because of modern medicine. I wouldn't even have survived. Remember, I did all this work full of AML leukemia. The cancer rates are spiking. They're off the hook. People are surviving. I mean, Paul posting there today. He would have been dead a couple years ago, but a lot are dying. Ricari, just Google it. But we count all salmon. Salmon live in the ocean. They come home. They're born there to die. Columbia is the most important. We count them all. Same catastrophe is going in Alaska. Same catastrophe is going in British Columbia. I mean, forget it in California. I mean, so on the road, there's basically nothing. I mean, we got videos. I'll be putting them up tomorrow. We got a multiple group of videos from up there, along there, all over. Interviews everywhere. Tim's been working on this because I said, let's wait and put them all up at the end of the spring run. We're going to end up at 53,000. Their Lord catastrophic projection was 99,000. There was originally 160,000. Should be 400,000. We're down in the sea. Gray whales washing up dead. Kevin Blanche, the greatest PhD in human history. First you hypothesize that knowledge. They're going to lie about Fukushima, they're going to cover it up, they're going to push it into the sea, it's going to break the chain, it's going to kill the freaking zooplankton, the fucking photoplankton, and fucking down the chain it's going to go. You won't be able to, we won't know historically because you didn't believe me on my tide pools. I mean, hundreds of hours of digging through at low tide, historic low tides. How much work that's been? Staying in the shittiest hotels you ever seen. You know how much work that's been? Historic, hundreds of hours of footage. Right there on YouTube for God and everybody to see. Then you do the field work. I did all this field work in critical condition. Field work about split check. With full of leukemia. Then you defend your work. They hired trolls, they hired teams to go out and be freaks all over the internet. Nuclear energy has all the power. They find the freaks. They're gonna all rot in hell and die. As a good scientist, we call that an outliner. You can run regression all you want. You can run all the regression you want. It deviates for the mean by millions of times. It'll smoke your computer, blow it up. NOAA, ODFW, WFW's models, mine models, exactly right on in 2015 to the number. We're all sitting at about 1.4 million, all of us. Their number at 1.7 million. ODFW, WFW, freaking University of Washington, DART. No, all their numbers were solid. They were solid at 1.7 million. I set mine at 680,000. They're like, whoa, we're mystified, we're puzzled, we're stumped, blah, blah, blah. They don't get it in science. Any scientist that says that, scientists are and that's where they quote them. They're not scientists. That doesn't get it. Mystified, puzzled, stumped, perplexed. The trend interference, that don't get it. They're not scientists, they're frauds. They've exposed their frauds. No, I'm the guy. So, obviously something acute happened. We call that an outlier. Obviously something radical, crazy happened because Chinook salmon go to sea on average of 5 years. Something radical, and the same thing happened on the copper. The same thing happened, on the Fraser. We can go on up and down the coast, all of them. Something radically happened. That's an outlier. Something crazy happened in 2011. Meteor hit. This is the greatest hardcore proof, the greatest science, the greatest PhD in history. Not to mention on my tide pool work, not to mention me in their faces, fighting with them all over the hearings, not to mention everything. I mean, I've done the work of thousands of scientists, thousands of PhDs, thousands. One guy. This is the greatest catastrophe in human history, bar none. Bar none. Full blown out meltdowns. Never happened before. It took freaking 60 minutes. It took Lake Barrett 2,950 days to tell you what Kevin Blanche told you in 1 hour. Dead on. What's the reward I got for this? Split open chest. $1.8 million freaking bill in the bone marrow transplant. I would have never believed it. Fight goes on.